Okay.
We in the building, y'all.
Okay. All right, we'll start off. First, I want to thank you for joining us and volunteering to do this project with us. Really appreciate you taking time to doing it. You've been with our program for about 9 months now?
9 months.
Yeah, about 9 months. So you've been one of the participants. We have several, but you've been one of the participants that's been really consistent and meeting with your RPS and just kind of pretty much helping us anytime we need volunteers to do things. So I wanted to thank you for doing that for us to start off.
No problem, no problem.
All right, and I think we'll just go ahead and jump right into some of the questions that we have. You okay with that?
Ready, I'm ready.
All right, okay, so for the first question is, how has working with us helped you cope better?
Working with Florida State, coping better. Okay, so coming home, I ain't gonna lie, I just felt like my coping skills were, you know, A1. Didn't feel like I needed any help on anything. That's just me though, you know. But the skills when I came home, you know, Florida State helped me realize as far as, especially Charlene and Amberly, as far as I realized when it come to new situations and new problems in life that I do have a very, very hard time of coping and communicating. And I believe ever since, you know, some situations arose and they gave me examples of how to deal with them and kind of just, you know, not just different options, different choices of how to deal with things. And ever since then, I've been learning just ways to face things that's new in life. Face things that's new in life that come my way. But I'm pretty good at coping now as far as, well, whatever come my way.
Good. Thank you. All right. So the next question is, how has working with us helped you in your work? So like employment.
Well, I'm an outgoing person, but as far as with work, I guess a better relationship. I know how to communicate better with the guys. You know, it's a million different personalities in the world, a million different characters, and I say Florida State just taught me how to, you know, cope with different type of, you know, characters, different type of people, as you know. And at work, we have a great environment. You know, if there's a problem, there has been problems sometimes, and you just, before you get to that anger or that point to where, you know, where you just want to blow up, you have to think about the roots and stuff like that. So, you know, at work, it's great at work. I keep a positive attitude. Everybody around me is positive.
Good. I love that you're bringing up stuff that we taught you in session. Good job, Sock.
Oh, man, a million things.
Okay. So next
For real,
question.
I think they should switch this program with parole. Hey, don't show this until after I get off, though.
Question.
They really should.
How has working with us helped you feel connected to your community, your home environment? So examples like home, church, etc. Anything that you feel is like your home environment and community.
Well, you know, due to my situation, I really can't move like that. But the community, as far as getting involved with church, I say that's probably the biggest community, you know, that I'm involved with right now. As far as because I can't go out to church and family. Family is just all relationships are better now. All relationships are better. You know, from the people that I grew up with in church, I'm back in that community. My family, I know how to communicate better with my, you know, mother and expressing myself. I'm not the type of guy to express myself too much, and I can't say that y'all have brought that out as far as I guess I'm maybe more comfortable with y'all now. That's why, because I'm not gonna express myself with everybody. Y'all taught me how to, you know, just communicate how I'm feeling with the community, with family, and it builds better relationships.
Okay, good. All right, so next question. In what ways has working with us helped you think about things differently? You kind of touched on that a little, but elaborate a little more.
Oh, shit. I thought I knew it all when I came. For real. Okay, community. The biggest thing that I got from the program, well, I don't know if that's a different question, but the things that I love was it make you think. It really do. It make you think. Like, and communication. I'm not that big on communication. As you see, I'm stuttering right now.
Fine.
Communication. Like I said, coping. Mind traps.
Yes.
Mind
Yes.
traps.
I love that.
Mind traps. The all or nothing phase. I have a problem. I had a problem with that bad, and I still got it. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's 100% fixed with the all or nothing thinking, but I didn't know there was a such thing called all or nothing thinking. You know, this is stuff that people don't think about, or people really don't. That people don't think about stuff when they get mad. You know, and once you go through a program like this, and they break down the roots. They break down. Before the anger, before what made you think that way, what made you feel that way, and once you stop the way you feeling or the way if you stop it in the root, then you wouldn't go to the anger mode. So,
what ways has working with us impacted your relationships, your family, your friends, your PO, etc.? How's that?
Impacted my relationship. I would say the biggest relationship it kind of impacted was with my daughter.
Okay.
I did 9 years. She was coming to see me and stuff like that. Missed a lot of time with her, so it was hard just to, get back in. Cause you can't rush stuff. You can't just jump back in and act like you've been the father the whole time. You have to kind of smoothly, it's hard because you have to be strict. Like you have to be, you have to be a father, so you have to be, disciplined. And that's hard, when a kid sees that you discipline after 9 years, you're like, oh, so you have to do it the right way and you have to explain. So I believe it was a situation one time and he was like, well, you have to explain to her and you have to, let her understand this is what she did wrong, this is why, and that's what I'm better at helping. Yeah, I mean, that's what I've learned, to communicate more, and that's probably the biggest relationship as far as the biggest impact was with my daughter as far as with Florida State.
Okay, thank you. All right, so go back in time to the day of your first meeting with your RPS. What would you tell yourself about participating in the program? Like if you can go back to day one.
If I can go back to day one, but I'm speaking from the future. That's why I was, okay.
Yeah, so you're speaking from today, but you're telling yourself that in the past.
Well, if I go back to day one, I ain't gonna lie. Coming home from parole, dealing with parole, classes, a lot of stuff, and this isn't mandatory. This program isn't mandatory, so you can drop out any time. So it's a lot of guys be like, I already got so much stuff to deal with. If I don't have to do this, I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean? But once you give it a chance, see, I gave it a chance. I went the first 2 or 3 weeks, and I was like, hey, this is something different. That they actually care. They actually, make you feel comfortable when you walk in. It's not just you go to sleep. It's 4 or 5 guys that you can actually concentrate. Not 100 guys, one person, 100 guys. How the hell am I supposed to? I mean, it was, and they make you feel comfortable. Coffee, snacks, okay, that's etc. But. Telling myself, I would say I'm happy I participated in this program. I'm very happy I gave it a chance because I'm not the type, to give stuff chances and stuff. And there's a lot of guys that didn't give it a chance. And
so what do you think was different for you? Why'd you give it a chance?
Well, I gave it a chance because it was y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It was y'all. It was the good vibes, the good, all that counts. You can't just, like, parole. If I had a chance to do this or do parole, I would definitely do this because y'all actually, it seems like y'all care. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Parole is just a job. It's 200 guys, one person in the class.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
All right. Okay, thank you. Okay. What is one concrete example of how working with the 5 key model has helped you reach your goals? Do you remember the 5 keys?
I do.
Okay. I ain't gonna call you out and make you say them.
I do. Easily. Coping, employment.
Example of how working with the 5 key model has helped you reach your goals.
I know I kind of mentioned this earlier as far as with the relationship. That was the biggest thing. After doing so long, you don't know what your relationship gonna be like with anybody when you come home. It doesn't matter who, because you've been gone so long. So I would say They helped me accomplish the goal as far as expressing my, being grateful and expressing myself to, my family, my daughter, and just help us build that great relationship, about thinking about different things. It was a couple situations that we done went through and where I was lost and had no clue what to do, honestly. And I would say Charlene and Amberly gave me, options. Not a choice, not like forcing, like, hey, you should do this, but options. And I was like, you know what? Out of these 3 options, I like this one the best. And then she was like, that's a good option. That's probably the best one too. So that helped me accomplish that goal. I mean, life is great right now. I'm still on parole. It's been a couple of times where parole, it's just some of them days you feel like just the world's on your back. So I would say all my goals are being accomplished right now. I'm still on parole, I'm still free, still living life, enjoying life. Just lovely. All my goals are being accomplished right now.
Good. I love hearing that. Okay. Next question. What's helped you keep showing up? You kind of touched on that a little bit. Can you give like maybe an example?
I like it. If you're not interested in something, you're not gonna show up. If it doesn't catch your attention or nothing, especially if it's not mandatory. If it's not mandatory and you're not gonna show up. But if you feel like you can learn something and it keeps helping you, because this program every weekly has helped me every time we meet. It's something that's going on with all the different situations. And I look forward to it. I look forward to these meetings because sometimes I be lost and I'm like, damn, I can't wait to, just to get a couple of options and a couple of ideas, somebody else's perspective. You know what I mean? And you need that in life. So that's the honest truth. That's why I show up, because I like it.
Okay.
If I didn't, and I think that's pretty much anybody.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. All right. So last question. What do you want to say to the person who's getting ready to come home from prison about why they should participate in our program?
To the person that's coming home from prison, if you're coming home from prison, first up, congratulations if you're coming home from prison. If you're on parole, it's a battle. It's a battle. But if you're participating in this program, it's not mandatory. It's not. But give it a chance. I would say, what we meet weekly, I would say give it at least 60 days. Because there's different phases, and a lot of guys come 1-2 weeks and they, because it's not mandatory, and they're not dropping out because of the program. They don't like it. They're dropping out because they have so many other different obligations with parole, classes, reporting, and these are mandatory. You have to you can't, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I would, when it comes to mandatory, of course you're gonna do that, and you'd be like, well, this other one I really don't have to go to, so I might as well get my little free time. But if I would say give it a chance. To the people that's coming home, give it a chance. Actually listen. Like I said, I didn't need help with employment. It was 5 keys. Employment was like my lowest rating. My main thing that I needed help with coming home was maybe coping, communication, and just positive relationships. That was one of the biggest factors of me coming home. But like I said, it's not mandatory, but give it a chance. Definitely, you can learn something, you can grow, and it definitely become a better person. It's your boy Sock checking in. Sock 10 to win, baby. All right, y'all can take that out if y'all want.